So over this past week, guys, I need to admit that we had a few very important drops. One of it will be this VaporMax 2023, which finally received a new upper. Alongside that VaporMax, we also had this Nike Mach Flow in collaboration with Undercover, which for sure it's a very interesting one, guys, but in the same time it's not your conventional shoe, so I'm not entirely sure if this one will appeal to everyone. Of course, we also had this brand new drop for the ACG Mountain Fly 2, which dropped in two colors and they are still sitting on the SNKRS app. And in my opinion, the most important one was the Lucky Green, which I managed to get my hands on the SNKRS app, and I actually realized that those ones are now sitting on that app, so I would assume that the hype for that one wasn't that high. So for sure this past week had very important releases, but let's go ahead now and see what's gonna drop in the next week. So starting on the 17th of April, guys, we're gonna have this New Balance 998, which will drop in collaboration with Kit and Frank Lloyd Wright. So this collaboration apparently is inspired by the legendary architect's Broadacre City concept while celebrating the silhouette's 35th anniversary. So this one, as we are actually used to coming from New Balance, will feature quite interesting materials. We're gonna have this very nice suede and very nice colorways. So for sure this one will be a very interesting one to get, and this one will come at a price of $220 US, which I guess it will be around 200 pounds here in the UK. Then on the 18th of April, guys, we're gonna have a very strange silhouette, I would say, which is coming from Nike. It will be made in collaboration with G-Dragon's Peace Minusson label. So this one is called the Quando One Pandas. In my opinion, I feel that this one is gonna try to mash up a pair of pandas and a pair of formal shoes. Most definitely I'm not feeling too drawn about this one, but I guess there will be a market for these ones as well. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is already available on the SNKRS app, so I'm actually quite interested in seeing if these ones will sell out. Continue now on the 19th of April, guys. We're gonna have a basketball shoe release, which is called the JA1 Day 1. So this one apparently will have DNA similar to the Kobe releases and Curry as well, which will have a responsive Zoom Air cushioning underfoot and a very lightweight upper. And the first colorway will be this one, which will have this citron tint midsole and medium soft pink outsole. So apparently this one is one of the most anticipated pair of basketball shoes. So I guess this one will sell out at least in the United States. So let's go ahead and see what we have in store for the 20th of April, which will have a lot of drops. So the first one will be this collaboration between Run the Burrows and New Balance for this 576. Apparently this one is not their first collaboration. They've done something for the 730 and for the 991 models. So if you are not familiar with Run the Burrows, apparently they are a London-based run club, which was established back in 2018, and since then they actually grown into a vibrant running community. So I would say that this one is actually quite an interesting one with very good materials and having these elements which you can attach here and there, and also a second pair of laces. Most definitely I feel that this one is an interesting drop. Continuing on the same day, guys, we're gonna have this drop from Adidas for the Campus 80, which is called the Croptober, and apparently this one honors the harvest season. So this one apparently has a tearaway design, which will feature a light brown rolling paper wrapper that will cover the shoe's upper. And underneath this paper wrap, apparently we have a vibrant patch of bright green suede, which feels very similar to the cannabis plant. So for sure, by seeing this one wrapped in this paper, it doesn't feel too appealing, but when actually taking that paper off the shoe, the quality of the material feels actually quite nice. And I would say that the overall design and the story behind this one is very interesting. Continuing now on the same day, guys, we're gonna have a double release for the Nike SB Dunk. So the first one will be this high one, which will come in this black leather based design, which on top will have this bright fuchsia pony hair upper. So I'm not entirely sure if this one will appeal to a lot of people. Most definitely the design is actually quite nice and very interesting. Guess this one will be more appealing for women. Nevertheless, we're still gonna have a low version dropping in the same day, which, judging by the pictures, will bring very nice material. So we're gonna have this suede combined with this snowback. Of course, we're also gonna have these very pink swooshes on the sides, but I feel that this one is actually a very solid colorway, and both of them are already uploaded on the SNKRS app. Jumping now on the 21st of April, guys, we're gonna have a drop which in my opinion looks a lot with the Vomeros. This one will be called the Nike Air Humara, which will have a mix of materials between this ripstop and leather. So this one apparently dropped first back in 1997. In my opinion, this one it's not too appealing, but I need to admit that the overall build and the elements which are on top of this one are looking quite good. Continuing on the same day, guys, we're also gonna have an Air Force One release, which will be called the Jewel, and this one will drop in this triple white. So this one apparently it's gonna make part of this color of the month program, but in my opinion I feel that this one is just another pair of Air Force One, which will just have a different Nike swoosh on the side. Continue now on the same day, guys, we're gonna have also a drop of the Nike Dunk Low in this vintage red colorway. So this one is the next one on the lineup. Back in 2021, Nike has started with the first one in that navy colorway. Usually when we have like a vintage look coming from Nike, we're just gonna have like an tinted outsole in that yellowish colorway, but this time Nike has pushed it to start a bit further. So for this one we're gonna have some sail laces and the ribbed lining, which will bring to that old school look. We'll also have a unique leather application that it will give somewhat of a glossier look. So in my opinion, I feel that this one is a very nice retro, which feels to have slightly better materials than a normal pair of Dunks, which for sure you know that they are not the greatest. So let's go ahead and jump to the last day, guys, which again will have a lot of releases. So the first one will be this woman's release, if I'm not mistaken, for this Nike Dunk Low in this pink Oxford colorway. So this one will bring a tonal upper in every sense. The majority textile is made briefly by smooth leather swoosh overlays, debossed tongue tags and leather tongue trim. So I would say that this one will be a solid drop for the day, which will be followed by another Nike Dunk Low in this premium version, which is called a neutral olive. So by having so many releases for the Nike Dunk Low in the last couple of years in those two tones, Nike has decided to bring a premium side for this range. So for this one we're gonna have this soft leather, which will have this tonal upper with leather swoosh overlays, debossed tongue tags and leather tongue trim. So I really feel that this one looks quite good, even though it's just gonna be in this olive green colorway. For sure the quality of the materials will be much better than a normal pair of Dunks. Continuing on the same day, guys, we're gonna have a release for the Jordan 13 in this black flint colorway. And this one will actually be the third consecutive flint gray colorway, which is coming back from 2020. So this one, as usual, will have roughly the same materials. So we're gonna have this gray suede on the sides, combined with a nice white leather, and having this black paneling on the sides. I feel that this one is looking quite good. And to finish up with the 22nd of April, guys, we're gonna have this woman's release for this Air Jordan 1 in this washed pink colorway, and this one is already uploaded on the SNKRS app. And this one will be very similar to the earlier release back from 2019 for the turbo green colorway, which I need to admit really feels that the materials are quite good. And having this suede combined with this white leather, this one should be a very nice drop. So that pretty much sums it up for the upcoming releases for the next week, guys. Once again, I just hope that most of these releases will not get pushed back. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. You can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok to see exactly what I'm gonna review in the next few days. And as always, I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching!